Hello, BookTube. Long time no see. I just wanted to do a little quick, cozy end of the year reading experience discussion. So, long story short, I have at this point, late December, read 84 books this year. My goal is 70, so we made it. I'm currently still in the progress of two books, and I'm gonna probably, because there's gonna be a lot of time in the car, finish a few more books. So maybe I'll get to 90, but maybe not. And if I post any videos in the new year, I'll give a final number. But so far, we're looking at least 86 books because I'm in the middle of two, potentially more than that. Also, I'm in my Christmas PJs. I really have been enjoying reading the Expanse books recently. I have just literally this morning finished Cibola Byrne, which is the fourth one, I believe. Their names are not indicative of where they are in the series. Yes, it's number 4. That's what Goodreads just told me. I've listened to a few cute romances recently. The Stand-In by Lily Chu was super fun, and it was narrated by Philippa Sue from Hamilton, and so that was just a totally lovely time. I did also read Meditations by Marcus Aurelius recently, and that was like quite an amazing book. And it really just like people have always been concerned with like how they can live the best life, and reading something from someone who lived so long ago expressing the same sentiment was really interesting. And I think he expressed it so eloquently, and I don't know if there's been any translation, and I assume there's been translation between when I believe the Roman Marcus Aurelius wrote this book to when I received it from the Penguin like cloth-bound classics edition. There has to have been some translation in the middle of that, but either way, the original writing translated into this English that I can read was exceptional. I reread Grapes of Wrath, finally finished rereading it because I've been rereading it since like February or March. Still good. I definitely still think East of Eden is better, but no one on this channel should be surprised by that fact. But it was good to kind of go back and reread it, just because I haven't read it since I was in high school, and it was just like a journey back to an old friend, because I really liked it when I read it then, and as an adult, it's also just like a good thing to revisit and like look at with a new set of eyes and experiences and all of that. Also, I did reread Dune. Still have not seen the movie. The book was better on my second read. I did appreciate it more. Still not my cup of tea, truly, if in the sci-fi fantasy universe, but I don't feel bad about having read it. I think I gave it a 3 or 4 stars. I did have some issue with how Frank Herbert kind of just resolve some things without giving you any body of context. Like, he'll just be like, okay, we're about to enter this big battle sequence, okay, it is resolved, and like I don't like that you just don't see anything that happens in the middle. And I get that a lot of the stuff that happens is in Paul's head, so that could be more difficult to describe, but I still think it could have been flushed out more. And I don't know about any of the other books if they are, but that's my personal opinion on this one. And I reread The Name of the Wind, one of my favoriteest books ever. Love it, still beautiful, and I actually read it out of the 10th anniversary edition, which I have up there. I read it out of the 10th anniversary edition this time around, and it was so beautifully written, as always, and I got to see some of the art that people have made, and I guess that the author has officially sanctioned, because it was like intermixed in the book, and it was awesome. And apparently Denna looks something like Natalie Portman, according to the pictures and the art in the book. A few other books, rapid fire, that I really have enjoyed: Death on the Nile by Agatha Christie, The Left Hand of Darkness, Ursula K. Le Guin, The Bell Jar by Sylvia Plath, outstanding, hilarious. This girl is crazy. Sylvia Plath was crazy. This is all like common knowledge, I think, but like and saying crazy might be not my best choice of words to describe it, but like her life is wild, and like the choices she makes are wild, and it was just a really entertaining read. And obviously I really liked Abaddon's Gate and Cibola Burn from The Expanse 3 and 4. I've read those recently. I'm hoping to, like, basically focus on that series until I'm done. And that's all I think I have for y'all. I think I'm finally getting out of my reading slump that I was in for most of the year, so this is good. And I'm currently, I guess I'll mention what I'm still currently reading. I'm reading Bloodchild by Octavia Butler, and this is a collection of short stories. The first two that I've read have been very creepy and very disgusting, but very compelling all at the same time. And I'm listening on audiobook to Crime and Punishment by Fyodor Dostoevsky. And that's going really well so far. Also, the dude is crazy in that one, but that's also, I think, part of the point, because he commits a crime and then, like, figures out what happens afterwards with his life and stuff. So, trying to be vague intentionally on that description. Also, I'm not done with the book yet, so who knows how it's going to end up. But I hope to be back, and I've rearranged my bookshelves if y'all haven't noticed, so hopefully I'll be back with a tour and some discussions about what I want to read going into the next year, which is like the books on this stack. I'm hoping to kick it off with some nonfiction. I want to read this Unwell Women book by Eleanor I'll show you, it's really pretty. Unwell Women by Eleanor Cleghorn. I heard about this book on Ali V's channel. I think I don't know if she's read it or not yet, but she's an awesome content creator, and I hope we could be friends in real life, but I'm not famous enough, nor do I know her in real life. But this book looks very cool, and as an unwell woman myself, I'm interested to see what they have to say. I want to also read Radium Girls. I've had this book for a while. It is a nonfiction book, The Dark Story of America's Shining Women, the girls who worked in the radium factories. And then these are just a few books I've bought recently I've wanted to read this Bear the Nightingale, the trilogy, for a while. And I feel like it's a winter vibe, so I'm going to hopefully read it in like January or February. I've been waiting to buy this until I found it in this edition, The Master and the Margarita. This is the Penguin Classics Deluxe edition, and I just think it's so cool. It looks so awesome, by Mikhail Bulgakov, and I found this really awesome edition that has two books of George Orwell's Homage to Catalonia and Down and Out in Paris and London, and I think it's really beautiful, and I'm excited to check these out because I've heard great things about his other works. And I will check in more with y'all in the new year, hopefully. Happy holidays, Christmas, whatever you celebrate this time of year, and even if it's just hanging out by yourself while you get a little time off of work. And thank you if you don't get any time off of work for doing what you can to help those of us who do. Have a great rest of y'all's day, everybody.